What's up? Welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the new Intelligence Raditz and his team. This is going to be just a breakdown and team building guide, and in the future, probably in the next couple of days, I will actually drop a showcase of the team. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you are new, please consider subscribing. And a quick disclaimer, I know that it's been a hectic day or last day. I don't know when this is going up, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, then no big deal. And I will continue to say, well, I just want to say that I'm going to continue to enjoy making content on Dokkan. I'm not going anywhere, man. I just like playing the game, and I like making videos, and they work well together. That's really it, man. So here we are. I know a lot's going on in the community, but hopefully, you know, we can get a little bit better and work together, right? Anyways, here we are. So Raditz, Ruthless Invader, just dropped on JP, by the way. This is specific to JP if you're a global player. Right now, anyway. Low-class warrior is the category. Category units get 4 ki and 40% HP and defense, along with 80% attack. That's awesome. The 4 ki is great. The 40% is but the 80% makes up for it. That means you can still hit relatively hard. You know the interesting thing about that leader skill? The ki is kind of unnecessary because the team I built works well enough, but still. The interesting thing about that leader skill is that it kind of shows that they are aware of their game's creep, right? Because they're giving you twice as much attack, albeit you really want that HP. I probably would have said, hey, give me 80% HP. You know, defense is cool and all too, but they show that they're aware that their bosses have so much HP, basically, if you try to use this team. So that's cool, I guess. 80% is still, it's a high enough boost to where it shouldn't take you crazily long, I guess, but 40% kind of sucks. I won't deny that, but still, very interesting leader skill, and I really appreciate it on free-to-play unit. So, massive damage to all enemies and lowers defense. So yeah, it's the same. Basically, it's extreme damage, AoE attack to units like Tech Majin Vegeta did and stuff like that. So his passive is interesting. Foolish Punishment, attack plus 50% at the start of the turn. When facing 2 or more enemies, he gets 6 ki and 30% more attack and defense. Links are Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Coward, Brutal Beatdown, Coward. Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, and Shattering the Limit. Again, category is low-class warrior. And his stats are really low, unfortunately. That's the worst thing about this unit is his stats are really low. And he gets plus 3,000 to each stat in the potential system if you were to max him out. So here we have a unit that is a World Tournament machine. He's going to be awesome in the World Tournament. He's able to hit every enemy. 50% at the start of the turn is pretty cool, considering that, again, I believe Majin Vegeta got something similar to that at the start of the turn. I don't know what it was exactly. It's been a long time since I've actually used Tech Majin Vegeta. Feel free to correct me. Anyways, 50% at the start of the turn, and he basically guarantees himself a super attack, and he gets more powerful in a scenario where he has to hit multiple enemies. So really cool unit for that. Has some viability in Super Battle Road. I don't want to say like he's going to be super good there because extreme damage isn't going to hit very hard, especially with low stats, but it is what it is. He's going to be really nice for the niche that he's used for. So again, this is his actual category. So these are all the units that are part of this. Basically, again, as the name implies, any low-class Saiyan warrior. It's going to be Bardock and his gang, Goku as a kid, Raditz, Turles, and I think that's it. So there's not a lot of, and there's Goku from the tournament. Not a lot of unique units in here, meaning different units, or characters, I would say. A lot of these characters have multiple units like Gokus and stuff like that. Like there's like, what, 3 or 4 Kid Gokus in here? So a lot of them have, you know, overlapping characters, which kind of limits our overall options for the team building. So here is the team that I wound up constructing. Of course, Raditz is the leader, and you want the double Raditz leads. Now, the interesting thing about this team is that it can actually really work well if you kind of build it more so around the Great Ape type of mentality. And the problem with the Great Ape thing is, if you flood in, what is this, 1, 2, 4 ape units on this team, then you're going to be going ape pretty consistently, which is cool for like the invincibility frames, but it kind of is annoying, you know. But the cool thing about that, though, that they kind of fixed the issue with the Great Apes, is Raditz is giving an extra ki per leader. So if you have double Raditzes, they're starting off with 8 ki. So hopefully that helps, because one of the worst problems with the grade 8 mechanic is that you can't utilize links. So key links, attack links, and all that stuff are non-existent. So it actually works relatively well. And if somebody's wondering, yes, you can have both Raditzes and both Turleses on the team, because there's a normal version and there's an ape variant. They have different names. So basically, as you see, the team shares a lot of common links. Turles and Raditz here, they're going to share... What is that one? Rebirth is a common link on this team as well for like literally every unit but this guy. He really needs one. He's like one of the only older units that really could use one but hasn't got one, because he was incredible when he dropped. I'm going to do a separate video about that, because there are actually a handful of units. I don't know what that 2 key link is, but you know what? I'm going to go nuts. It's Prepare for Battle, duh. Okay, so they share Prepare for Battle and Saiyan Warrior Race. So down here at the bottom, Raditz links up with himself relatively well. They share 5 links in common down there. And then there's also 3 links between these two, 3 links here. Goku is kind of the wild card because he actually has a lot of the Dragon Ball links, so it kind of screws him over. But in the end, the 25% ape link is still prevalent on this team, so it helps him a lot. Regardless of his shortcomings with having, you know, random links like the Innocence and Guidance of the Dragon Balls and stuff like that. Again, Dragon Ball centric character links. He also still has Rebirth in here as well with some of these units. So you see he shares 3 links with his father, basically. And then there's 1 link with Raditz. And then over here, there's 2 links with Turles. And then this Raditz, excuse me, has 3 because the ape link is triggered. And then 1 link with Turles again. So a little bit of overlap there. And again, there weren't a lot of options if you look at what I actually had to work with. Now, as far as replacement options, sneaky good option could be that Goku the Feet Kamehameha Goku that we were looking at from the World Tournament rewards. You can replace this guy for the ape physical version. STR is cool, but he needs an awakening. And then physical, just regular physical from that story, that little event that you could run. He doesn't awaken, but he's a decent option, I guess. And then Tech from the Baba Shop, Kid Goku. Again, decent options, but mainly the 2 ape variants are going to be the best ones because of their ape synergy. And the reason I chose this one over physical is because he actually gets a defensive improvement as well. So stuff like defense is going to be very viable on this team. Raditz at the bottom actually gets a nice defensive improvement as well, but it's dependent on how many orbs he gets. Now, I was considering Fasha for that last slot, and you for sure could, and the last slot is this one. You can for sure put Fasha there, because she does have a little bit more synergy in that she creates orbs for Raditz and things of that nature. But I tried to make sure that I basically covered my bases as far as this team goes, and, you know, filled in as many shortcomings as the team had. One thing that I can see myself, you know, determining an issue, though, is Raditz wanting more key than he actually would outright have most of the time. Tech Turles is a really good tech unit overall, extreme tech unit, has a nice Saiyan package, also gets attack. That didn't even sound right. That's a quote there for sure. Has a nice link package. He also links really well with the team and has a nice defensive improvement, just like the Goku does on the end over here. So overall, that's the best team I wanted to come up with. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, you're going to continue to pump out the content. And yeah, if you are new, again, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.